Though many people think success is about one big breakthrough or a sudden twist of fate, the truth is far different. Life is shaped not by extraordinary moments, but by the quiet, repeated actions we do every single day. Whether someone reaches success or slips into failure is rarely about talent alone. It is almost always about the small habits that we choose to keep or ignore. Successful people across the world repeat the same message again and again. Nothing meaningful happens overnight. The days stack up, and the little things we do, even if they look unimportant, start building the structure of our future. Yet most of us are dreamers who want something grand but avoid the tiny steps that make it possible. We wait for tomorrow, or we promise ourselves that we will start later, not realizing that these words are the silent killers of our dreams. There once lived a boy in a peaceful town, a boy named Alex. Alex was not brilliant, nor was he hopeless. He was an average student with average grades and ordinary routines. But inside his heart, he carried enormous dreams. He wanted to be successful, admired, and respected. He wished to create a life that would make his parents proud and silence all those who ever doubted him. Yet, despite all these ambitions, there was one big obstacle standing in his way. Alex lacked discipline. He never managed to stick to anything. He would start something with excitement, but soon leave it unfinished. Books would remain half read, exercises left undone, notes scattered and forgotten. Alex believed that success must come from one dramatic effort, one big push, a sudden change of fortune. And because those big things frightened him, he never even tried. Whenever his parents advised him to stay regular, or his teachers encouraged him to create a routine, their words passed through his ears but never touched his heart. He told himself that he would start tomorrow, but that tomorrow never arrived. Days turned into months and months into years. His dreams stayed dreams. One evening, when Alex was wandering through town, he met a wise professor named Mr. Miguel. The professor had observed Alex for a long time. He could see the confusion on the boy's face, the frustration hidden behind his smile. So he approached him gently and asked, Alex, do you really want to succeed in life? Alex nodded eagerly. He had been waiting for someone to show him a shortcut, a secret that could change everything instantly. The professor smiled kindly and said, success is not about doing something great once in a lifetime. It is about the small things you do every single day. Let me tell you a story. He began with the tale of a farmer who planted a bamboo seed in his garden. Every day, without fail, the farmer watered the soil and cared for it. 1 year passed and nothing came out. 2 years passed and still there was no sign of growth. Other plants grew tall and strong, but the bamboo seed seemed dead. People laughed at the farmer and mocked him for wasting his time. Yet the farmer kept going, believing in the unseen. Then, after 5 long years, something unbelievable happened. The bamboo shot out of the ground and grew taller and taller, until within 6 weeks it reached 80 feet. Everyone was amazed. What they did not see was that all those years, the bamboo was not idle. It was building a powerful root system underground, preparing to support its future height. The professor paused, looked Alex in the eye, and said, life is exactly the same. Small efforts may look useless at first, but they are quietly creating your roots. And when the time comes, you will rise taller than you ever imagined. For the first time, Alex was silent and thoughtful. He realized he had been waiting for big miracles while ignoring the tiny daily choices that truly mattered. He asked softly, "But, sir, what kind of habits should I build? What can I start with today?" The professor's smile widened. He explained that success was not about grand gestures, but about daily patterns. He spoke about the magic of waking up earlier and claiming a quiet hour for yourself before the world stirs. He explained how those early hours, when everyone else is asleep, can give you hundreds of extra hours over a year. Hours that could be invested in building yourself. Alex imagined himself waking up with the sunrise, using that time to learn, to think, to plan, and the idea suddenly felt powerful. The professor told him about the importance of reading, not entire libraries at once, but just a few pages every single day. Over time, those pages turn into books, and those books become a treasure chest of knowledge and wisdom. Alex remembered how much he loved reading stories as a child, and he felt a spark inside him, thinking he could return to that joy, but with books that shaped his future. The professor continued, painting vivid pictures in Alex's mind. If he could write a few words daily, he might create an entire book over a year. If he avoided saying later and instead began with just a small step, the mountain of tasks would start to shrink. He explained simple tricks like counting down and taking action immediately, or convincing yourself to do something for just 2 minutes, which often grows into much more. Alex smiled, imagining how much easier it would be to begin instead of endlessly postponing. The professor also spoke about gratitude, a habit that seemed simple, but had the power to change the entire way one sees life. Writing down small blessings every night shifts the mind from complaints to appreciation. At first, it may feel strange, but soon it becomes a source of peace. Then came the reminder of health. 10 minutes of exercise daily, done at home without excuses, was worth more than endless plans of joining a gym someday. Strong habits keep the mind fresh and the body ready for challenges. And finally, the professor addressed the trap of technology. He asked Alex to question his every scroll, his every click. Was it feeding his growth, or was it stealing his future? Entertainment had its place, but only in limits. Alex knew he had been wasting countless hours on his phone, hours that could have been invested in his dreams. These words sank deeply into Alex's heart. He felt as though someone had opened a new door for him. That very night, he decided to take the first step. The next morning, he rose early. It was not easy. His body resisted, but he forced himself to stay awake and use that time wisely. He picked up a book and read a few pages. He jotted down his thoughts. He even tried writing small goals for the day. Slowly, the pattern began to form. At first, no one noticed any difference. His parents still thought he was the same careless boy. His friends still joked about his lazy habits. But Alex kept going quietly. Days turned into weeks. Weeks became months. By the third month, he began to see real changes in himself. His focus sharpened. His studies improved. His confidence grew. Tasks that once felt impossible were now becoming easy. By the end of the year, Alex was no longer the boy who kept waiting for tomorrow. He had transformed into a disciplined, responsible, and determined young man. And the best part was, he did not rely on miracles or sudden changes. His transformation was built brick by brick through daily habits. Years later, Alex went on to become a successful entrepreneur. People admired his achievements and often asked him for his secret. He never boasted about talent or luck. Instead, he simply smiled and said, "Success is hidden in small habits. It is not about waiting for the perfect chance. It is about making the most of every ordinary day." Like the bamboo, your growth may remain invisible at first, but if you stay patient and consistent, one day the world will watch you rise. So now the question is, what about you? Are you still waiting for that one big day when your life will change? Or will you begin with something small today? Something so simple that you can no longer find excuses to delay it. A few pages of reading, a short exercise, a single note of gratitude, a tiny step toward your dream. It may not look like much, but it is the beginning of something powerful. Remember, success is not about what you will do tomorrow. It is about what you choose to do today. If this story has touched your heart, let it also touch the lives of others. Share it with someone who needs a reminder. And before you leave, take a moment to comment below. Tell us, which small habit will you start from today? Because sometimes writing down your decision is the very first step to making it real. And until we meet again with another story, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward.